Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered. Took a little bit of a break after we finished up Unlimited Blade Works, and similar to whenever we finished up the Fate route, we're going to go back through and we're going to go in search of all the bad endings and other scenarios that I got to miss out on, because I try to stay as blind as possible when I go through all of this. Now, unlike the Fate route, Unlimited Blade Works had another ending. It was just a regular good ending, but I somehow got the true ending on my first go around, which, according to this guide here, is the recommended sort of way to go about it. So I'm following this guide here on Steam. Let me see if I can very quickly get like an author for this. Ali is the author of this one. It's the 100% achievements and walkthrough on Steam. So if you guys just want to reference the guide that I'm utilizing here, that is the same one that I utilized earlier whenever we went back for all of the bad endings in the Fate route. So it doesn't seem to be too complicated here with getting the good ending. I'd like to go back and at least get the good ending first, and then we'll go back through and we'll get all the bad endings that I missed out on. But since technically in the last episode we recorded, we got the true endings, so let's go back and get the good ending, which I believe is here in day 15, because it is, actually, I don't even know if this is the start of day 15. How was I separating my saves? Because I know how I'm doing it for Tsukihime, but was I also doing that here? Oh wait, no, here it is. This is the start of day 15. So we'll jump in here. I could just use the flowchart, because the flowchart in this is actually goated as fuck, and then the one in Tsukihime is not as goated. It still works, but it's a little it's not as good. It's not as good as this one. So we'll do a little bit of once we get in here, we'll do a little bit of skipping. We'll get to the choice that I need to get to. I guess it's just one choice that I have to make. And, wait, how do I skip again? Oh, here we go. Perfect. I feel like there's a faster way to skip, but I think that's only once you get to a choice. I think that's what it was. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a little while since I've been here with Fate. And in the meantime, I've been, oh, here we go. Perfect. Now we can start skipping scenes. Yeah, just skip all this. We know about all this. Supposedly. But, oh, here we go. I was just going to mention that ever since I finished up Unlimited Blade Works here for the playthrough, I decided to pull up the anime. And honestly, it's fire. Guys, it's so good. I'm done with the first half, jumping into the second half, and it is so good, guys. They really knocked it out of the park. I like the changes they made that, really worked it into an anime format. It's beautiful. But we are going to go to the dojo and check on Saber. According to the guide here, we can get the true ending if we strategize with Tosaka, which we did last time, or think it over again. But that's actually only if we had enough brownie points, of which luckily we did going into this choice. But I somehow did. Yeah, let's go talk with Saber. Even if we defeat Gilgamesh, Saber will still be gone once this fight is over. Saber will destroy the Holy Grail with her own hands and release herself from her duty as a servant. When that moment comes, I won't be able to see her anymore. This will be our last conversation. Before we head into our last battle, I want to make sure that we've left something tangible behind for the two of us. Also, just a heads up, I'm a little congested right now.
Shirou, どうしたのです？こんなところに。
Because once I finished Unlimited Blade Works, I started kind of tackling Tsukihime and mostly finishing up an episode of Umineko. And I was able to do that because I was going on vacation to Las Vegas, because I went to Evo. If you don't know what any of that is, don't worry. If you don't know what Las Vegas is, don't worry about that either. But while I was there vacationing, I unfortunately got sick. And it wasn't just your ordinary sickness, it was COVID. I got round 2 of COVID. That fucking sucked, honestly. I didn't know what it was. I just thought, like, I got that Nevada sickness, but no, I got straight up fucking COVID. So I'm still kind of recovering. Like, all the symptoms are gone, but I just sound kind of shitty. But I do promise I'm okay. I also get kind of tired easily, but I think I'll be okay to do just a regular recording session. So don't mind how I sound if I sound worse than usual.
もしかして迷惑だったか。
いえ、そのようなことはないのです。私もちょうどシロウの顔が見たかったので嬉しいのですが、シロウはリンの部屋に行ったものと思いまして。
No, I guess in the good route, in the good ending here for Unlimited Blade Works, we give just a little bit more attention to Saber. Even so, at this point, she's not our servant.
別に呼ばれてないぞ、俺。
そうですね。私が勝手に思い込んでいただけですから気にしないでください。ただその方がいいと思ったのですが、こういうのも老婆心というのでしょうか。
It would have been. Saber's acting even more weird. Not sure why, but I feel like her face will get infinitely redder if I leave her be. So I decide to ask.
どうしたんだよ、セイバー。なんかおかしいぞ、お前。なんかあったのか。
I'm trying to remember, is this the day where they do the ritual?
おかしいところなどありません。私はただ戦いに備えて英気を養っているだけです。
So by Shirou not going to visit Rin, what does that do for the outcome here?
万全の状態で竜道寺に向かうのではないのですか。
When she puts it like that, it's really hard to say directly to her face that I just wanted to spend time with her. If I can't say that...
俺も眠れなくてさ。どうせ起きてるなら、セイバーとお茶でも飲もうかなって。ほら、遠坂のやつはなんか忙しそうだから。
I didn't really think too much and just told her how I felt.
お茶ですか。あと数時間もしないうちに、あの英雄王に挑むというのに。
ああ、どうせお互い緊張して休めないんだろ。なら付き合えよ、セイバー。とびっきりのお茶をごちそうするから。
はい。喜んでお付き合いします、シロ。
Then we must strike the iron while it's hot. I head back to the kitchen to brew a pot of the Chinese tea that I bought just for this occasion, thinking I will treat Saber to it. The fuck you mean this kind of occasion here? Then, in the end, we enjoyed the tea together and nothing else happened. We didn't strike up a conversation, not even a short exchange of phrases. We simply sat there and stared at the dojo. It was a short few days, but we've exchanged quality time here, and I think this while staring at the wooden floor.
シロ、そろそろリンのところに。彼女のことですから、新しい考えがまとまっているでしょう。
Okay, Saber at least will steer Shirou in the direction he needs to go in here. I stand up and leave the dojo.
ではシロ、後ほど。
ああ、ご機嫌斜めなセイバーのマスターの様子を見てくれ。
This final exchange here does make things a little bit more bittersweet, doesn't it? I leave the dojo as Saber says goodbye to me. In the end, that was our last time spent together. Nothing tangible was left behind between us. There were neither promises nor warmth that would sear into my memory. I couldn't create a single sign to remind me that Saber was indeed here. But I have a feeling perhaps that's for the best. Whatever is left behind will eventually end up being a fading memory. That's why I'll make sure I keep the memories of the simple times that we've spent together close to my heart. Yeah, it is a little bittersweet, isn't it?
Oi, Tosaka, 起きてるか?
I knock on her door.
起きてるわよ。そっちこそ寝なくていいの？さっきまで道場でセイバーと仲良く話してたみたいだけど。
Oh, we can already sense the jealousy. It's perfect.
そうか。客間から道場は丸見えだもんな。それなら遠坂も来ればよかったのに。どうせ起きてるなら3人でお茶にした方がよかっただろ？
まあいいけど。すごく良くないけど。とりあえず上がんなさいよ。ちょうどあんたのところに行こうと思ってたところだから。
She seems kinda irritated at something.
わかった。
Well,
お邪
yeah.
魔する。
Still wondering what she's thinking, I enter the room and slowly close the door behind me, not between me.
余裕あるじゃない。セイバーと何してたのよ、あんた。
Drinking tea. Whoa, she glares at me as soon as we see each other.
いや、何って、お茶飲んでただけだ。これから戦いがあるっていうのに、稽古なんかするわけないだろ。余分な体力使えないんだから。
余分な体力って。そうよね。余分な体力なんて使えないわよね。
Huh? Why did you get quiet all of a sudden?
登坂、もしかして今すごく不機嫌か。
I already know what she's going to say, but it doesn't hurt to ask. What do you think? She'd obviously yell at me, but I really am curious, so I end up asking her anyway. However,
別にそういうわけじゃないわ。
well, now she's making me even more confused.
登坂、お前熱でもあるのか。
ないわよ。もういいから座って。これからギルガメッシュ対策を何にも思いつかないあなたのためにやってあげるんだから。
Tosaka drags me inside the room and locks the door. Then she slowly moves back into the room. Anyway, I start to move toward the center of the room. Facing toward Tosaka, I sit down across from her. And somehow we're both not saying a word, and this feels awkward.
登坂、ギルガメッシュのことなんだが。
分かってるわよ。セイバーと戦わせたくないって言うんでしょ。セイバーには優しいのよね、エミヤ君は。
あのな、そういう話じゃないだろう。単にセイバーじゃあいつとは相性が悪いから配置換えをするべきだって話だ。足止め役のセイバーが倒されたら次に狙われるのは登坂なんだから。
じゃあ配置換えって言うけどどうするつもりよ。私はパスよ。あの金ピカ金に焼かせて大魔術の武装をまとってるし、私じゃセイバー以上に相性が悪いわ。それはあなただって同じでしょ。
She's right. But I just can't forget those eyes. What Archer's gaze was trying to tell me. That golden servant. Only Shirou Emiya can go up against Gilgamesh. Alright, and we'll skip on forward because I guess everything is relatively the same. We don't need to save the game. We'll just continue on until something changes, which I'm assuming will be in the final showdown or after the final showdown or something along those lines. But it is a good ending. Oh, here we go. We have another choice to make here. So, I don't think there's anything that popped up here. Let's see. If we choose choice 1, we actually do get a bad ending. So, we could grab that while we're here if we really want to. And honestly, yeah, let's do that. Let's very quickly do that here. While we're already here, you know, let's go ahead and get one of the bad endings. We're doing it a little out of order here. If I'm going to die either way, I can't let him escape. I wrap the chain further around my arm. Unlike before, I grab onto the chain so that it won't let me go. Without resisting, I throw myself into the black hole. I roll down. I fall into an endless darkness while my body is being melted. Oh wow. The black mud mercilessly eats into my body. My body is stripped off and I fall into the deep darkness just as the soul known as Shirou Emiya. It might be because the fall is so long. After it begins to feel as if I'm going up instead of falling down. Well, this is some lovely imagery. I'm swallowed into a black grail-like sun. And that's it. Yep, that is it. All right, well, we'll get to enjoy this Tiger Dojo, because I think we were literally told that we shouldn't get this. Nice.
何やってるかバカチーン。
ショック。まさかこのタイガー道場を見るつわものがおろうとは。
I mean, we really had to try to get into this one.
おお、シロー、死んでしまうとは情けない。アドバイスなどありません。
Well, yeah, I mean, what advice can you give?
急いで選択肢に戻って最後の決着をつけちゃいなさい。
Okay, this one definitely feels like it breaks the mold.
はーい。
Or the
みんな
flow.
元気？タイガがいなくなった隙にフェイトちょっといい話。
Oh, I'm here for it.
みんなリンルートのグッドエンドの生き方すっごく分かりづらくて困ってるよね。
No, not really.
ここはそんなあなたのためのヒントコーナーです。今回は特別に先輩をお呼びしました。先輩、ズバリどうやったらグッドエンドに行けるんでしょうか。
3日目夜に連れ戻す。
Wait, what?
5日目朝に様子を見る。
Wait, she's actually just straight up telling you what to do.
8日目放課後に喜ばせる。10日目夜に道場で話し、15日目夜に道場。
ズバリすぎっす先輩。
Yeah, that wasn't a hint. She just tells you what specifically to do.
これを全部抑えればいいっすね。
ダメ。抑えるのは4つ。うち2つばかり選ばなくていいのが混ざっている。セイバーにかまけてると12日目を超えられない。
ありがとうございました。そういうことらしいんで余裕があったら3日目からやり直してみてね。
Oh, don't worry, we will. Alright, I forgot. This will actually just bring us back to where we were. Okay. Alright, back to the skipping. Until something new pops up here. Okay, we're entering the epilogue. What will be different here? Nothing was different in the showdowns or right after the showdowns were done. So what will be different here in the epilogue? If anything. Because this is still the same. So we'll skip forward until something changes here. Regular everyday life going on here. But I feel like the ending here with Reen will change. And her lovely moment in the classroom will be different. Unless it's literally the same? So wait. Did I get the true end again? Where's the good ending? Answer. Did we get this before? Yeah, okay, I remember this. I don't think we got the good ending. I think we need to be a little harsher. You know what? So that's what we can do then. What we can do is go back through and not only make choices that get us the bad ending, but we'll just go back through or get bad endings. We'll go back through and we'll just kind of like be dismissive of Reen. Or at least dismissive enough so that we can get the good ending. Because I don't think we didn't get that there, did we? Yeah, we didn't get it. So yeah, I thought that would have been enough. I could be wrong here. It says here, the choices only lead to the indicated endings if you have been following this walkthrough the entire time. But I haven't been following the walkthrough the entire time. Huh. I wonder if I hold on. I just want to make sure that I'm going to reload to this point, even so we just got to this point. I'm going to make sure 100% that there's nothing else to get out of all this. And maybe jumping back the way I did just kind of got me back on the regular track. I don't know. Might be a little harder to get the good ending than I thought. Okay, so that absolutely did not work, I think. Nothing was different. Okay, so yeah, we'll do that. Looks like bad ending 15 is what we need, so I'll just jump back there and we'll go on through. And I'm just gonna have to be a little dismissive of Reen here and there, and hopefully that will get us the ending we're looking for. But it looks like there's only just a handful of bad endings that we're trying to get here. So it won't be too bad of a trek through all this again. Okay, we are looking for bad end number 15. And we just had our first confrontation with Berserker. We've met Ilya before, but this is our big fight after we've, gotten introduced to the war here. Similar to the Fate route. What we're going to do as Tosaka says, whatever that is, Tosaka is right. Saber risked her life to draw Berserker away. I need to escape from here and wait for Saber to return. I hurry across the bridge from Shinto and run home. I never once look back. Whether out of fear of a non-existent pursuer or guilt over leaving Saber behind, I'm not sure. Either way, I run for my life, my eyes fixed on the road ahead of me. I mean, we can all tell that this is, like, way off course. The living room is just as I left it. The air has remained still since Lancer's attack and Tosaka coming over. I go over to the repaired window. I find 2 small pieces of glass on the floor. Tosaka must have missed them.
ガラスに隙間はないか。足りない分はどうやって取り繕ったんだろう。
I mutter to myself. For some reason, I don't feel like turning on the light. I hide in the darkness as if to conceal my weakness. What I should be thinking about, what I should be saying, I'm running away from these things. The person who was here in this room until a few hours ago. The person who was beside me until a few minutes ago. I should be asking myself whether it was right to leave those 2 behind, but I can't seem to do anything but hide in this darkness. The clock strikes 3 a.m. It's been 30 minutes since then. Whatever the outcome, the battle's probably over by now. I should go back. I pull myself together and look up to turn on the light. Uh-oh. Suddenly, a sharp pain sears the back of my left hand and then disappears. The color is faded from the command spell. The shape remains, but the bright red that proves that I am Saber's master has disappeared. I know instinctively what that means.
Saber!
I follow my instincts and run out of the darkness where I've been hiding. I run outside. I know I'm too late. Even so, I run as fast as I can back to where I left Saber. Something I can't see lashes from ahead and impales my heart.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's Lancer. I can't hear too well. There's something in front of me. Something's protruding from my chest. I just can't make out what. The something in front of me sneers and tells me I'm an idiot. It's laughing at me and saying that there's no reason for me to be alive after I lost my servant. That's right. Shirou Emiya dies the moment that he loses Saber. Without Saber, I have no means of protecting myself. I can't possibly survive. I'm all alone now. I hadn't realized it, but I am. And this is where that's brought me. This would have happened the same whether I was at home or whether I might have tried to run. My consciousness fades away. I don't know who it is, and I don't care whether that thing piercing my heart is a spear or an arrow. It doesn't matter whether I die here or now or tomorrow, because now that my command spell has faded, my life is essentially over. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, that was a very simple dead end. We really strayed off the path there.
やってきましたタイガー道場。今回から第2部ということで装いも新たに生まれ変わったってあれ
全然変わってない。さて本編も第2ターン。
Yes, it is.
激動の遠坂さんルートが始まったけど、イリアちゃん何か言うことある？
ガセネタつかませてごめんなさいでした。
反省するように。確かにタイトルインは変わったみたいだけど、内容は以前のまま。むしろ
Alright.
第2部になって連中の長領が目立ち始めたようね。テこ入れ？
そうね。私はともかくタイガはキャラ的にちょっと弱いもの。やっぱりこれからは私をメインにしてタイガはゲスト扱いにした方が。
さて、今回のデッドエンドであるが、原因は何かな？造反員1号。
はーい、シローが臆病風に吹かれたからです。あ、星は不明なままっす。
屋敷を出た途端、不意打ちで殺されたのよね。今回はあーちゃんが健在なんだから、強気でバーサーカーと戦わないと。以前やられた借りを返しちゃいなさい。
Yeah, I mean, sure, the events early on in Unlimited Blade Works are very similar to the Fate route, but, I mean, things are different nonetheless.
ふーん、そううまくいくかしら。アーチャーがどこの英雄だろうと、まだ私を倒せるほどの勢力じゃないと思うけどな。
勝負はやってみなくちゃわからないわ。今回はセーバーちゃんルートとは違うんだから。
そう。なら結果を見てみましょう。急増のコンビが私相手にどこまで戦えるかどうかをね。
本性出し始めたな、この悪魔っ子。ところでずっと疑問だったんだけど、聞いていいかな、イリアちゃん。イリアちゃんって魔術師としてのレベルはどうなの？東坂さんと同じくらい？
私？厳密に言うと私は魔術師じゃないわ。
Nah, she's a victim.
どっちかっていうとキャスターに近い存在で、生まれてから魔術を習ったんじゃなくて生まれつき魔術を知ってるの。この違いわかる？
わかるような、わかりたくないような。要するにイリアちゃん、本当に悪魔？
I mean, that can work.
タイガったらたまに可愛いこと言うのね。そういう確信つくようなこと言うと殺しちゃうぞ。なんか怖い顔出た。助けて、バビロニアの神よ。まったくつまんない話聞くんだから。
I mean, this whole thing here is dumb.
私が何者かなんてそのうち嫌でもわかるのに。
Yeah, that is true.
さあ、シローは続き。新しい戦いは始まったばかりよ。こんなところでつまずいてないで、早くセイバーのところに戻ってあげること。
Yeah. We'll go back, and we will choose go after them. And we'll skip ahead here. Actually, so for this one, we can call Saber back or bring Saber back. Either one, I think, just works. It is what it is. So we'll just do the same one just so we can skip ahead. So that'll get us into day 4. I am not saving the game. We'll keep on skipping scenes until we get another option. But even in this one right here, so we can stay at the archery range. We can go to the student council room or show Saber around school. So it actually doesn't matter what we do here. So we can actually enjoy a bit of a different scene here. You know what? Let's show Saber around school. That sounds fun. Well, we are at school already. I might as well give in and show Saber around.
ちょっと散歩してくる。ブラッド校舎を回ったら戻ってくるから。
散歩？いいけど、物好きなことするのね。キリツムさんも地味な趣味してたけど、シローもそういう属性？
そういう属性も何も、散歩は地味じゃないと思うけど、あんまり例えたくないけど、デートだって散歩みたいなものじゃないか。
デートは違うよ。あれはどっちかっていうと、美味しいもの食べ歩きツアーじゃない。
だからそういう無軌道なのを散歩って言うんだろ。いいから行ってくる。言っとくけど、学校の中なんだからお土産なんて買ってこないぞ。露店なんてないんだから。
そっか、学食もお休みだし、家庭科室も閉まってるか。仕方ない。手ぶらでいいから早く帰ってくるのよ、エミヤくん。
Damn, we tried to get under her skin there and it just didn't work. At the end, she calls me by my last name like a teacher. I just wave my hand in response and call out to Saber.
学校の案内ですか？
ああ、ここまで来たんだ。せっかくだから中を案内しようと思ってさ。セイバーだって弓道場にいるだけってのは退屈だろ？
そうですね。
退屈していたわけではありませんが、校舎を見て回るのは有意義です。マスターの通う学校が安全かどうか、直に確かめるとしましょう。
Oh, wow. I just came up with the idea, but surprisingly, Saber seems to like it. Well, my expectation and her expectations seem to differ, but I should just show her around school without worrying too hard. So in the anime, I like how the anime
こ
approached
ちら
it.
が校舎裏。弓道場の後ろに広がる雑木林になります。広さは適当に300から600平米。実に正面グラウンドに匹敵するようなしないような裏手が山だから許される大胆な土地運営の見本でございます。
Although I will say the anime kind of did its own thing, and I understand why they did, with her kind of just like going into the school herself. I start with the nearby area out behind the range out toward the mountain.
ほう。300から600ですか。倍近く違うとは、曖昧にも程がある。
トゲのある感想ありがとう。で、見たところ不満そうだが、なぜかな、セイバー。
気のせいでしょう。私は学校を案内するというシローの言葉に期待していたわけではありませんから。ええ、いきなりこのような場所に連れてこられても一向に気になりません。初めから期待していないのですから、落胆することなどないのです。
Saber looks away. She's grumpy, or maybe sulking is more accurate.
それで、ここに何があるというのですか、マスター。確かに人気のない林ですが、これといって気になるところはありませんが。
まあ、ないな。ただ、学校の裏手は林だって教えただけだ。じゃ、次行ってみようか。
I mean, it is actually worth pointing out that there is a forest. It is a little strange, at least in my
こっち
opinion.
が校庭。今は陸上部の連中が走ってるから、あんまり顔出さないようにしてくれ。体育の時間はここで団体競技をする。
団体競技？具体的にどのような？
うん。うちの学校は運動系に強いんだ。その中でも野球部が一番なんで、大抵は野球かな。たまにドッジボールとか。
ほう。団体競技というと、指導者の動きに合わせて民衆が動くものを想像してしまったのですが、違うのですね。
I feel like what Saber is imagining is a bit unsettling. I don't think I should pry any further.
まあ、とにかく他の相手と得点を競い合うスポーツってことで。今走ってる奴らだって50メートルを何秒で走れるかってタイムを競ってる。
Saber looks around and seems to be talking to herself.
なんだよセイバー。なんか探し物か？
いえ、以前少しだけ見た競技があるのですが、その運動場があるかないか気になって、他のスポーツはどうも勝手がつかめないのですが、あの競技だけは楽しそうに見えたもので、つい。
へえ、セイバーがやってみたくなったスポーツか。もしかしてテニスとか？それなら裏手に行けばコートがあるけど。
いえ、テニスではないのです。冷静に考えてみれば、このような敷地に収まるスポーツではありませんでした。
Okay, I'm pretty intrigued as to what she's talking
ただ
about.
昔私も剣で似たような玉遊びをして咎められたことがあって、それで懐かしくなってしまったというか。
剣でする玉遊び？
What even could that be? Beyond that, it makes me laugh when I imagine stoic Saber playing with a sword.
今の発言は忘れてください、マスター。さ、ここはもう調べましたから、次の場所に行きましょう。
I wonder what she was referring to. Saber urges me to take her inside, so I start with the halls. Oh, she'll be here soon. We arrive at my classroom on the third floor.
ここがマスターの教室ですね。廊下を歩いているときはどうかと思いましたが、これなら許容範囲です。
許容範囲？それって危険か安全かってことか？
はい。学校の敷地に入った時と同じ魔力を廊下にも感じました。ですがこの教室には魔力の残りが全くない。今のところマスターを危険にさらす要因は見当たりません。
She must have become satisfied as the tension in her body language fades away. I think she's taking it a little far, but she's investigating the school for the sake of my safety. Well, to be honest, it makes me happy. It's only been a day since we made a contract and we don't know anything about each other. But during this short period of time, I can understand more than words than Saber is thinking first and foremost about my safety. Okay, well, there was that. Wasn't too much to get out of all that, but you know what? It was a different scene, you know? Let me get back into my phone here so I can pull up the next one. And I lost the guide. God damn it. Of course I did. Thank you, Steam. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to save. Oh, here we go. Here's the next one. Honestly, trying to get to a guide on the Steam app is kind of a pain in the ass. Like, I have to go to the game, which I'm struggling to find again. Oh, here we go. All right. So we are... Oh, we helped Sakura in this choice. The guide actually wanted us to go and see how Saber was doing. Yeah, let's go do that. Why not? I have to go see what happened to Saber. Despite Saber's stoicism, she seems sociable enough, so I think she ought to have handled Fujine and Sakura okay-ish, but I am still worried.
Saber, 起きてるよな。
That's right, they had a little sleepover here. Then there's only one place she can be. Sakura is in the living room, so Saber should be... the dojo. Just as I thought, Saber's in the dojo.
シロ、どうしたのです？まだ起床には早いと思いますが。
いや、俺はこのぐらいが普通なんだ。飯の支度があるから。
そうなのですか。驚いた。随分と早起きなのですね。
It must have been really unexpected for Saber to be surprised over something like that.
まあ、早起きの部類には入るかな。けど、おかしなことを気にするんだな。セイバー、俺が寝坊するタイプだと思ってたのか？
いえ、失言でした。タイガがまだ眠っていますし、エミヤの家の者は皆朝に弱いのだろうと早がってしてしまった。
Fujimura is a little bit of a, case of her own.
藤根の寝ぼすけっぷりは半端じゃないからな。
Yeah, and she's a restless sleeper too, come to think of it. It must have been hard for Sakura and Saber to get any shut-eye.
それより、おはよう、セイバー。昨日はよく眠れたか？
はい、十分に。昨日は戦闘もありませんでしたし、疲労は全くありません。
そりゃよかった。てっきり眠れていないのかと思ってさ。藤根、寝相悪かっただろう。昨日は遅くまで騒いでいたようだし、あんまり騒がしいようだったら、俺から言って部屋を別にさせるけど、どうする
？Given Saber's personality, I can't imagine that she finds it entirely comfortable sharing space with Fujine.
いいえ、その必要はありません。問題がない限り、タイガの提案を飲みたいと思います。
そうなのか？いや、そうしてもらえるとこっちも助かるんだけど。
You know, I feel like she's a little more approachable now. There's a bit of warmth in her tone.
セイバー、藤根のこと気に入ったのか？
ええ。タイガはいい人柄です。あれほど人に偽らず、人に騙されない人間は稀です。彼女が監督をしていたと聞いて、シローの素直さがとても納得できた。
喜んでいいのかどうか、微妙な評価だな、それ。
褒めているのです。まだ短い時間ですが、彼女のことはよくわかりましたから。
Makes sense. Well, I do think that she's an open book like that.The real problem begins with whether what you read makes sense, but that is a different story.
それじゃあ、さくらとも仲良くできただろう。さくらは藤根に輪をかけて毒がないからな。
それはそうなのですが、私には彼女を把握できません。敵意というほどではないのですが、まだ警戒されているという感があります。
I will have to say, I think out of all the characters that we've met, or at least going through Saber's route with the Fate route, going through and learning about Rin with Unlimited Blade Works, I would have to say out of the three, because obviously what's next is Sakura and her route, her story, whatever that has to be. hers has got to be the most mysterious because, as far as I can tell, she was never directly involved in any of this. I mean, Saber is our servant, Shirou's servant, and then Rin is somebody that Shirou kind of aligns with and works with for a lot of the story. So where could Sakura fit in with all this? And there have been some hints as to, her involvement somehow, but how specifically, I'm not sure. There is a lot of mystery there. But I was probably like the most interested in Rin's story, so Unlimited Blade Works was a whole lot of fun for us getting closer to Rin.
いえ、さくらとも和解しました。シローの言う通り、彼女も大河同様優しい人柄ですから。
なんだ。なら問題ないじゃないか。
I sigh with relief. Well, not to say I'm not still concerned about how that sounded, more like negotiations than people getting along, but I'll shelve that for now. For now, all the problems in the Emiya household should be solved. Should be. And we are back to skipping. I accidentally pressed something on my phone and I lost my place, but I think I found it here. So I know what's coming up now. Okay. So here, Rin has declared that, all right, I'm going to teach you a lesson. We jumped back into the hallway, and that is actually what saved us, but I think jumping to the stairs is what will kill us. Tosuka is dead serious. There's no place to run even if I retreat back to the hallway. I'll jump down the stairs in front of me. I kick off the floor with full force. There's about 1.5 meters down. I can easily land from this kind of height. A running long jump from a height of 1.5 meters, 1 meter wide. I was able to land the way that I had imagined without twisting my ankle. I was able to get an advantage of 1 floor from Tosuka, so now I just have to go down to the first floor without stopping and get... Uh-oh. What just happened? It came from above. It feels like a giant glob of jelly fell on me, or on top of me. I can't move my legs. The jelly is anchoring my feet. As soon as I realize that, I try my best to pull out of the sensation of weight. Immediately a wave of nausea overcomes me. It's cold. I have goosebumps all over, my joints creak, my muscles are heavy, and it feels like my insides grind to a halt. My legs aren't still because of some gelatinous substance. It's like I'm ill. Oh, we've heard about this before. Yep, Tosuka's magecraft. I've been hit with a gander shot, which infects the target with flu symptoms. The curse drags my body down into a sensation of illness, leaving me paralyzed.
予想通りね。簡単な逃げ道を用意しておけば、まずそこを通ると思ったわ。
I hear Tosuka's voice from afar, as if she's contacting me from the distant moon.
先に謝っておくわ。これからすることは、命を取るのと同じぐらいひどいから。
Oh, she's taken the command spells. Her cold finger digs into the back of my neck. When I realize it's Tosuka's finger and try to fling it away...
さよなら。あなたは知らなかっただろうけど、私、結構前からあなたのこと知ってたんだ。
As if it snapped, my consciousness shorts out. And now she's going to take the command spells. I mean, she wouldn't outright try to kill us.
あれ、なんだ、もう朝か。
I rouse my hazy mind and fight the urge to go back to sleep. It's already past 6 a.m. I should be preparing breakfast right now. Oh, I think we just got forced back into like an ordinary lifestyle.
もうできてますよ。
悪い。またさくら一人に任せちまった。なんかすごく眠くて起きられなくてさ。
ダメです、そんなの。今日の夕飯は私の番なんですから。
しかしだな。朝も夜もさくらに任せっきりってのは甘えすぎだろう。頼むから今夜は譲ってくれ。
そうですね。じゃあ夕飯は半分こということで。私もお手伝いしますから、先輩は早めに帰ってきてください。
すまん。 バイト今日は早めに上がる。
I apologize to Sakura and sit at the dining table. Breakfast is on the table and Fujine runs in at the last second as always.
おはよう。みんな今朝も元気だね。ってあれ？シロどうしたのこれ？
は？どうしたのって何が？藤根、家に忘れ物か？
あれおかしいな。なんかおかしいと思ったんだけど、おかしいところなんてどこもないや。
Nope, just an ordinary morning.
けど引っかかるな。シロ、あんたなんか忘れ物してない？
はあ？忘れ物、例えばどうのだよ。
私に聞かないでよ。わからないから聞いてるんじゃない。ね、さくらちゃんはおかしいって思わない？なんか足りないっていうか、なんか忘れてるっていうか。
私は特に内村先生の気のせいだと思いますよ。何も忘れてませんし、誰も忘れていないでしょう。
まあそっか。思い出せないってことは大したことじゃないってことだし。
I'm sure we can all relate on that feeling of like something being off, something that you should be remembering, but like you just cannot remember. That is such a frustrating feeling. Fujine seems satisfied since she sits down and starts eating. Without a doubt, this is a normal morning. 30 minutes after Fujine and Sakura leave, as usual, I make my way out at a leisurely pace. This seems to be one of those convoluted bad endings. I go up the hill that leads to school. It's past 7:30 a.m. and the school road is crowded with students in the same uniform. A familiar scene. I breathe in the morning air with nothing missing. Then, I make eye contact with a female student passing by. She must have found it awkward that our eyes met and as she starts walking up the hill briskly.
なんだエミヤ、今遠坂と睨み合っていたのか？
え？ああ、おはよう、一世。って今のは別に睨み合ってたわけじゃない。ただ目が合っただけだよ。
Okay, so I think we still know of her. But yeah, his memory has definitely, been impacted here.
くれぐれも遠坂に喧嘩なぞ売るなよ。あいつは倍返しが心情だからな。
I don't know how serious he is, but Issei murmurs a Buddhist sutra. But that's a needless worry.
バカ。喧嘩を売るも何も、俺あいつ知らないぞ。いやまあ、すごい美人だったけど、あんなのうちの学校にいたっけ？
Okay, yeah, his memory might be a little bit more impacted than I think.
うん、それが正しい対応だ。あれは人の手に余る。関わらぬよう過ごすのが人の道というものよ。いや、一時はどうなるかと思ったが、これにて一件落着。
He really doesn't like her. Issei goes up the hill. I watch him go as I stand there. A morning scene with nothing missing. My left hand hurts slightly.
一件落着って、何が起きて何が終わったんだ？一世。
The first bell rings from the top of the hill. It's already 8 a.m. I feel like I'm locked out of something, like the school gate closing.
俺は確か。
I can't remember anything. This vague sensation of unease just creeps up my spine, and I can't think of where I need to go or where I need to return to. That's actually kind of a sad direction for this bad ending, honestly. In a way, it's a peaceful one because, like, Rin basically got him out of there. In such a peaceful way, I guess. A forceful but peaceful way.
みんなおめでとう。
But obviously, like, I don't know. Ignorance is bliss, sure, but you can't just leave something voluntarily like that. Or at least we've seen that from Shirou.
遠坂さんルート、トゥルーエンディングです。
Uh-huh.
シロウも普通の生活に戻れたし、まさにこれこそ大団円。じゃあみんな、次は藤村先生ルート、虎なんていらねえよ冬でお会いしま。
Damn.
そんなわけないでしょバカじ
That was good use of the background
ー。
there.
ハートっぽい嘘は禁止。キ Q&A コーナーで遭難者を出したらダメなんだから。
強くなったなブルマ。
ああ先輩、チース、今日も素敵っすね。
いいから説明しろブルマ。
このバッドエンドに来るルートは2つあるであります。
Wait, there's two ways?
一つは単純な選択ミス。安易に前に逃げたら撃ち殺されたってやつですね。で、もう一つが少し厄介で、セイバールートからこっちのルートに入った場合かな。
Wait, really?
わかりやすく言うと、4日目のルートタイトルがフェイトだったくせに、5日目がアンリミテッドブレードワークスの人は4日目の朝からやり直し。
Wait, what? Is that real? If your 5th day's route title was Unlimited Blade Works even though the 4th day's was Fate? What?
もっとわかりやすく言うと、
裏切り者にしよう。
違うっす先輩。同盟結んでないからこのバットになったんであって、白は裏切ったわけじゃないです。ああ、言っちゃった。ともかく今回のバット回避方法は2つ。リンに襲われたら後ろに逃げるか、そもそも逃げる選択肢が出てこなかった人は4日目朝からやり直し。
Wow. I actually didn't know it went that deep. That's actually pretty crazy. All right, well, we'll wrap it up there. I'm out of time for this session here. So we'll save it at this point so I could just jump back in, and I'll continue to kind of favor Saber a little bit over Rin as we go through, so that at the very end, hopefully we can actually get that good ending instead of the true ending for Unlimited Blade Works. But I had no idea that was actually the case here. I thought it was just a choice situation, but I guess that is actually so crazy. If the day is actually titled, which hold on, I can check that actually. I mean, it says Unlimited Blade Works. That is so weird. Is that actually true what she said? I don't believe that. I really don't. Or maybe I'm understanding it just a little incorrectly, but there's 3 more bad endings that we need to get, so we'll continue to go through the story again. But yeah, there's 20, 21, and 22. It looks like we have another piece of meat here. We'll get to that eventually as well. But yeah, it looks like there's just 3 more bad endings to get, unless there is a number 25 for this route. And it seemed like there were a whole lot of bad endings for Unlimited Blade Works. It was a little weird. But alrighty, thank you all for tuning into this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz. Again, next time we'll just continue to get bad endings, and I think we should be able to get the good ending for Unlimited Blade Works, unless there really is something else I need to keep in mind. But we'll find out about all that next time. Take it easy, guys.